Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming back. We are out in the shop. Obviously, I've got the door open today. I've got a big old long 1 by 10 by 12 foot sticking out the door on a couple of support stands out there. I'm going to be cutting these down for a two-tiered horizontal planting rack for a plant stand, basically. Display stand, plant stand, whatever you want to use it for, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be slatted. I'm going to make mine roughly about 24 inches tall. I'm doing 16 and an eighth long wide at the top, and I'm doing 36 and a quarter wide at the bottom. Okay, that works out for me. I'm going to put the legs at about a 10-degree angle from top to bottom. I think that's going to work out just about right. If I need to adjust that, I can. When I get there, I'll check it, double check it, put the boards up there, mark it, see if I like it or not, or if I don't, I'll change it. So no big deal. Anyway, we're going to get busy on this, cut these down. I'm going to be making it 12 inches deep. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to cut all these at 12 inches. Cuts, I think I've got it figured out where I can get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 12, I need 25 total. So what I've got my chamfer bit set up in here. I've got my fence up to the roller bearing. This is spread apart. I'm just double checking. I want this vacuum hose to pick up most of the sawdust. That's the only reason this fence is in play. That's it. But this is kind of what I'm going to do. You can see those chamfers. I'm going to go all the way around the top. The bottom is going to look just like this, except it's going to be its own width and length. Yeah, I feel better about that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these right here, and I hope that you can see this. I'm actually got a block lined up out here on the outside corner. I've already got a line scribed inside here, just barely where I can see it, which lines me up with this outside edge. All right. So, it's the outside. Move it in there a little bit. Get this lined up. Get it squared. Make sure I'm still squared. Pop another one in. Right there. A little bit of glue. Seven-eighths, the spacer goes here. A little dab of glue. A little dab of glue. Rub it back and forth just a touch. Make sure I'm good. Double check my square. I do want to make sure I'm still square on this. Okay. I'm good there. Spacer comes out. Next board over. Wipe this glue out of here just a little bit. Bingo! We are good, good, good. Okay, welcome back. We left off yesterday. I got these built. I have the legs. We're doing the legs. I'm actually going to nip off the ends of these, the fifth runner in on the bottom. I got ahead of myself, but this is going to work out perfect for me, actually. This is going to work out real, real good. I'm going to nip off these ends so this leg comes down through here. This little piece here is a 5-inch piece that's going to that the bottom of this is going to sit on. When I get it done, I'll show you. But then this gets attached there, flush with the bottom, comes up, sits in here just like so when this is nipped off. I'm gonna nip all 4 of these off, and then this end sits right up underneath these runners here up on the top. So I'm gonna zip through and get these knocked out real quick. I say I'm gonna do that. Hopefully I don't mess this up too bad. My wife bought me this tool and I've never used it, so this will be a first. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to go about this is. Wow, that's pretty nice. Flush too. Straight, just wow. Sweet. I like it. Okay. Need to figure out how I can, okay, just come across here like so. Just like that. I can sand all the rest of this up. That's not a problem. Sweet. Well, it gets a little warm, doesn't it? I like this little tool. This thing just zips that stuff right on over there. Wow. Never in all my days I ever thought I'd need a tool like this, but I'm not going to do without it anymore. That is handy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue these legs up. I know this looks like a mess and I apologize. I've got it figured out what I need to have for each one of these legs to be where they need to be. So I was able to remedy my air leak problem. I ran to one of my local little stores this morning to find a rubber hose. I wouldn't call it a big box store per se, but it competes with big box stores. You probably know who I'm talking about. They don't sponsor anybody, so I don't really care to mention them too much. Anyway, I'm gonna hold that down a little bit, then I'm gonna move this over here. Not coming through, we're good. Best glue spreaders are right on the end of your hand. I've heard it said by many other craftsmen in the industry, and that's a fact. And not a better, cheaper, better working glue spreader than these right here. Best in the world. I'm not going to nail these into place because, like I said, I've got the carriage bolts and the nuts and the washers and everything else, and I want to have these to be removable. So if a person wanted to take and break these down and move them, they could. Say you're moving house to house for whatever reason, state to state. You have a way to do that. Make sure that I'm plumb in both directions. Okay. I do want to get them started for right now. That way I can hold them into place and they give me a better foundation to work on the other side. Okay. Okay. So this one was here. It's going to work out real good because all I've got to do is set my other one in place and then mark it out, get it evened up, clamp it down, drill the holes, and attach it. I should be able to put this right down inside here, just like that. Those are right, those are right. Those are right, those are right. So I'm gonna come down my inch here, down an inch, over an inch. And done. Nice. That is good, solid, rigid. Okay, good morning everybody. We're back. It is the next day, obviously. I've got this pulled apart. We are going to stain this, and then we're going to apply the boiled linseed oil as a protective coat. Just a note, you can do it how you want, but it is recommended that you do your stain first, because you can have inconsistent stain coloring if you do the BLO first. Just a recommendation. I think it works better that way. You can do your own thing. You can check, don't believe me, check all the resources. So I'm just passing on the information that I've had through my experience and the experience of others that I have spoken with in the past that do the same thing. Anyway, so we're going to start with the golden oak. I still have some of this left. I think I'm going to have plenty enough of it left after I get this done. This is not a very big project. Then we will let that dry. Then we will come back with the BLO until it quits soaking in. Then we'll wipe that down. Wipe it completely off, buff it, give it a good nice finish, and we should be done at that point. I can reassemble it. So I'm not going to worry with putting any polyurethane. The BLO should be a good enough finish to help protect it, seal it from critters, weather, and all of that stuff. Plus, it's a finish I can come back behind annually. If it's sitting outside, I can come back and touch it up and lightly sand it down and come back and put another coat of BLO on it if needed. So we're going to get busy on that. I'm going to get gloved up, start with the stain, follow up with the BLO. Okay, I'm going to get busy and put this stain on. I'm using a non-sponsored 1.5" Purdy medium to stiff bristle brush. I like these a lot. They seem to do a really good job of applying stain and other finishes pretty evenly. They clean up really well too, so I like them. Everybody has a preference, and they should. This is mine, so all right. Starting on the underside first. This way I can get in all of the corners really good. Liking how this is working in. This is really nice. Lighter on some and darker on others. That's really it's actually coming out better than I'd hoped. I wasn't sure how that was going to play out with the grain of this pine, but this is working out really well. some brush cleaner in there, get that cleaned up, and let these dry. We'll be back. I don't want to have so much oil on the bottom side of this that when I flip it over, it's running and dripping off. I actually want it to soak in. Gonna let these sit, soak this oil up, and we'll be back. Just gonna wipe down the oil off of these things, what's left, any residual. Get all the spots all the way around. All right, the rest of these are good. I've already got all the rest of this wiped down. I'm gonna move forward to get these things put back together. Get my bolts over here. All right, we are going to move forward. This one goes here. There we go. Well, slow down. Slide this down in here, make sure that all my holes are lining up where they should. I think we are good. I do offer these up in whatever configuration you decide you want. These can be sold unfinished. They can be stained with what other colors. If it's going to be just stained, what I prefer to do is stain it and then add 2-3 coats of boiled linseed oil. Now that's if it's a porous pine like this. If it's a hardwood, we can still do the same process because I want all the woods to be protected as best they can. It only makes sense. Hardwoods obviously are going to be more than this one. They can be built to any size, custom dimension, width, depth, height, tiers, whatever you want. So if you do these for yourself, you can make them whatever you want. And that's the grand thing about this. This is the wonderful thing I like about these. You custom build them to your needs and your space. All right, get my wrench over here, my socket. I take these and tighten them down until the washer itself is flush to the inside surface of these shelves. So, and there we go. This is the 2-tiered horizontal planter stand, rack, whatever you want to call it. So that's it in its glory. If you have any questions about the build, any of the measurements, in fact, I'll go over those real quick. 1 1/4 wide slats, 7/8 inch spacing, 2-inch legs and 2-inch rails, 16 1/8, 35 1/4, and these were all 12 inches wide. Wide, I say deep, whatever. When you're looking at it like this, it's 12 inches deep. So those are the measurements for this. The legs, it's the only thing I didn't give you. Since I have a lot of people ask me for that, it's 10 degrees on the angle. You can change it and do your own thing. I used 26-inch pieces of pine cut to 2 inches wide. It's 26 inches, and then I cut the 10-degree angles on each end. The total height of this is right at 26 inches. So 25 7/8, somewhere in about that range. So anyway, again, we hope that you guys have enjoyed it. You guys and gals, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate everybody watching. You know what to do. I hate to be sitting here and asking, so if you do like the content, you know what to do. Leave your comments, leave your questions. I'll get back to you in the comments and everything as quickly as possible. We hope that you guys maybe build these or look into doing something like this for yourselves if you're into doing the plants and planters for other people. So anyway, you guys have a great one. Take care. Be kind to one another. We'll see you in the next one.